I am here today with Adam Johannes from Hubb Digital. And if you look at our website, you scroll right to the bottom, you will see a Hubb Digital logo. Because these are the guys that helped us build our website and do all of that stuff. So, hello, Adam.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Thanks for having me on. I'm doing really well, thank you. Really well.
Cool. So, just really briefly, what is Hubb Digital? What's your kind of your few sentences? If someone says, "What is it that you do?" What is it that you would say to that?
Yeah. So, Hubb Digital is our company. We really have one main system and product that we focus on, which is Hub.Church, and it's an all-in-one platform that helps churches manage their operations more easily in one place. The idea is that it has the tools to help churches get organized, stay organized, communicate and engage better with their members than ever before. And it can help them save time, money, and help them focus more on their mission. And that's really what we're about, helping churches focus on their mission. So we're the kind of behind the scenes system that just helps enable that to happen.
Okay, so you talked about freeing up the churches for their mission. So what is your mission? What is it you do for a church that people can understand? Okay, I get what that is. So what is it you actually do and provide? You talk about systems and stuff, but what are you actually creating?
So the platform itself is primarily a website platform. So it enables churches to have their website to showcase who they are, what they're about, key information like when and where they meet, what is available at the churches in terms of children's work, different ministries that go on day by day, week by week. But once the administrators log into the website back end, they then get the member database, the church calendar features, volunteer and serving rotas, mailing as well, text messaging, online giving, which is a pretty big thing at the moment. Let's say if you've got a building fund program, you can have people donate specifically to that as well as general giving. The members area is really key because you can organize people into groups, be that life groups, small groups, or interest groups. Also demographics as well, like young adults, children. And then you can get a picture of where people are involved in the life of the church. I think that hopefully sums it up in a few sentences.
No, that's really good.
But with the members, you can add data. So, for example, you've got the name, potentially you've got date of birth, contact details. You can also extend that capability with our custom fields. So if you'd like to track where people know you from, if they're new to the church, when they first visited, that kind of thing, you can actually put that data in and run reports. All very, very custom, niche stuff.
Cool. So I get excited about stuff like this, administration and the things that make the things happen, and we sort of forget about them and they get pushed to the bottom. Oh, I suppose we should do this and we should do that. But I genuinely get excited by how do we organize the organization? Because as you get bigger, your brain stops being able to retain information. I mean, sure, you could have an email list, but eventually, if you've got 200-300 people, you can't physically maintain that. And it's the same with some of the members' data. So how is it that how do you integrate into a church system? Because it's sort of, my understanding of it in my own language would be it's kind of like a virtual office support at one level. That's part of what you do. Is that right?
Yeah. So we've built the system in such a way where non-technical church administrators can log in and just click to see their list of members, click to see the member, all the details are there. They can update things very easily. They can see how things are linked together in terms of which groups that members are part of, access their giving history if they need a hand, just knowing a bit of information about it, see which rotas they're serving on as well. And like I said, already, any custom fields as well. I'll give you one quick example that I normally mention to people. Churches have a lot of volunteers, and keeping the volunteer data is quite difficult, especially with DBS checks. So what we tell people is you can have your members in your church database, and you can have a group for volunteers. And in that group, you can have custom fields for their DBS number, also the DBS expiry date. And what you can do in Hubb is you can create a custom report that's saved. So you can very quickly click on a button and say, find me everyone's DBS check that's coming up for renewal in the next 3 months. And you'll instantly get the results of those people on your screen. And then we've got another task that you can say, email these people. And then the email box opens up and you can say which template do you want to use. And you can have your DBS expiry email template just to click on and appear. And all the information that those people will need to renew their DBS check will be there. And it's a few clicks just to send that email out to people. And you can have in your calendar just to run that report every month. Let's say every Tuesday, the first Tuesday of the month on your calendar. Oh yeah, I've got to go into Hubb and just run that report, click send the email, and it goes out to people. So it can help keep that operation that the churches run up to date on an ongoing basis.
This GDPR, DBS, these are acronyms that can strike fear into people, can't they? Oh, what are we going to do? This is terrible. We're going to end of the world is in hand, but you got stuff that can help people with that, haven't you? Which is great.
Yeah, and GDPR is a really good example because it's one of those things that churches were told, this is coming, you've got to do something about it. So when we knew about that, we could build those features and systems and settings into Hubb. So when the date came along, we could say to our customers, here is a guide of how to basically be okay with GDPR in Hubb. This is what you do. This is how you do it. And this is how you maintain it. So Hubb is constantly changing, constantly updating to meet the needs of the churches, going back quite a few years now when mobile phones became even more of a thing. The websites had to look good and work well on mobile phones. So that was quite a major project for us. We had to we actually wrote some new templates with the functionality to actually very easily just resize themselves on mobile phones. And that's something that we've continued to do. GDPR was one. Giving as well. We built a giving platform into Hubb. So not only can you donate online to various funds, you can actually import your offline giving data from your bank statement, your point of service kind of card readers, whatever you have, and you can actually import that data into Hubb. And then it becomes your online and offline record of who gave what and when. And then we've got a lovely big green button on Hubb that says claim gift aid. And we've written an integration with HMRC. So you can sign in securely with your details, and HMRC will process all of the money that you've taken for gift aid and post that money back into your bank account as soon as possible. And there's no limit on how often you can claim gift aid. Just to be a little bit more geeky about this, we've even put a system in that shows you all of your giving data that's not eligible for gift aid, and it tells you why it's not eligible. And then you can click and add that data when you've got it. And the next time you make a claim, it searches everything that is eligible now and claims that as well. So, cool. It can really help churches with their cash flow. Don't like to think of church as a business, but the operations of a church relies heavily on funds. And if we can get that money to churches quicker, that's great. I used to be a trustee of a very small charity, and we registered for gift aid. And our treasurer, who did a really good job managing that, but time-wise, we could actually only submit our gift aid claim every year. So we had between 20 and 25% of our income, which is huge for us as a small charity, only getting into our bank every year. And what we thought about was actually, if we can give the tools to churches to help monthly, weekly, or quarterly at least get that 25% revenue into their banks, imagine what that money could do to fund the mission of the church.
Yeah.
So that's what we've been trying to do for a long time.
So I like the geeky stuff. It's interesting though to get beneath what's that button for? Because claim gift aid is obvious what that does at one sense, but I actually enjoy sharing the story of but why and how, which is great because it isn't just about there's a button, great, but actually it's a button that enables something that's really, really good to happen, and that's what gets me personally excited. Stuff like that actually isn't just doing a job, but there's a passion behind the job. Do you know what I mean? It's really exciting.
Yeah. And in lockdown, one of the features we actually released was our app feature, which was quite timely in a way because churches had to engage with members digitally more than they ever had to. So the app really is there for engaged members of the church who want access to ever-changing content, blog posts, sermons, events as well, and also lets them just very quickly click a button. Here's the main stuff I need to know or that I'm interested in. It's not going to have necessarily when and where you meet because your members will know that. And if you're looking to go to a church for the first time, you'll probably look at the website. You're probably not going to go and download their app to find that information. But the app's really key for engaging church members. Icon on the phone. And what we've tried to do, we tried to make sure it's the church's name, the church's logo, the church's branding, not ours. So when you go to your phone, it's your church's name and logo on there. And again, you can do all the giving in there, but it's really to keep the members engaged with what's going on. You don't want to have to kind of power up your laptop, load up the website, click on resources, click on sermons. You just want to go, where's my app? Bang. Then there's the latest sermons, which integrates with YouTube as well, which is obviously what a lot of people had to do in lockdown. To keep their sermon libraries up to date. They all moved from MP3 over to YouTube, which is really good. And a lot of our customers have actually kept that going as well in YouTube. So it's nice to see them have the video available.
Excellent. So you're talking about churches and how you can solve those, but we're not a church. We started berrybunch.org, came with you. So it's not just churches, it's beyond that. So for us, you helped us because we run a newsletter through our berrybunch.org, which you manage, but you're actually managing everything from the domain to the email to the websites to the newsletter. So we're not a church, and yet you're really helpful to us too.
Yeah, the platform, the Hubb platform, which our heart and our focus is on the churches, can be used by other types of organizations. We've got lots of ministries, lots of charities. And we've got some businesses as well, and some secular charities. But all the contacts have come from church links, which is great. But as I said, the platform can be utilized by non-church organizations, which is great. And yeah, we do the domain names. It's one of those things that lots of people struggle with. Where is it registered? Who's got access to it? The more and more as time goes on, people don't know. And we had 4 churches in a day come to us and said, our website's gone down. What's going on? And we've looked into it. It's they've had their domain name registered with another company somewhere, and they've let it expire. That's a very extreme day. We maybe normally get two or three a month, but 4 in a day was that's a bit weird. So for us, what we try and do is have those facilities so that churches can have their domain and email hosting and their website hosted with one friendly Christian company that they can just email or call up. And there's continuity. Volunteers, staff changes, even leaders change. And those details aren't stored with that one person that did something years ago. It's actually held by the company that doesn't change. And like I said, you can call us up, email us for help. Handover, it helps. And it just means that the churches don't have to worry about the techie bits. It's all handled by people who know what they're doing.
I do remember at a church, there was this archaic laptop. It's the only one we have that can do the website. None of us have got, we don't even know what email address was used for anything, but we just click on the buttons and it keeps on letting us do it. And I'm thinking, this is a church of 200, 300 people. It's like, seriously, you really need to get on top of that. Oh, well, we keep meaning to. I'm thinking, well, when it stops working, you'll be desperate. So it is that point, isn't it? For me, having used WordPress before I came to you, it's simpler. It's in-house with you guys.
Yeah, and I think all of the people who set these things up did it with a great attitude of the heart. They wanted to serve the church. They took all the time and all the effort to do it. It was great. I think one of the things as time goes on that's key is sharing that knowledge and the facility with other people. So it's not never becomes a burden on that person. The kind of attitude of wanting to help, wanting to serve, and getting it up and running carries on into just maintaining it. But it's not all about the one person doing it. It's about the church, the leadership, the staff, the volunteers sharing the responsibility, because we all play a different part. And someone who can build a website isn't always the person that has the information that's changing to get the information out to the general public or the members. So if that platform can be one that's shared, that can be great. So we're just wanting to be a tool really to help churches have that flexibility so that there's no bottleneck.
Cool. So Hubb Digital, you talk about how your design is to support churches in their mission, but what's the story behind Hubb Digital? Are you a web developer? Is it something you're interested in? How did Hubb Digital become what it is? What's the story behind Hubb?
So Hubb Digital became a company in 2000, and it was serving financial institutions with banking security software. And our founder, actually, lots of things happened, but the short story is he became a Christian. The financial services, software services after 9/11 really crumbled and went away. And he had a team of Cambridge University graduates in an office in Cambridge, and not much work, lots of developers, and most of them actually went to church. And the founder said, look, let's just do websites for your churches. Let's keep busy. Let's build websites for your churches. And they went about, you carried that on, built websites. And there was a bit of discussion in the office, or we could maybe do a little bit more to help the churches. And a customer or a couple of customers came to us and said, oh, that's great. Can you just build a few of these things and expand on them a little bit to help us? And our founder said, this is the way to go. Let's ditch the commercial stuff. Let's focus. It ended up being almost a year, 2 years really, building the platform that we see now as Hubb.Church to be a website platform, but also the administration and communication features started to be built into it. And we basically started with a few customers and built the platform up and just took on more and more customers. And over time, it's just grown to be more and more helpful to churches with more features. And that's a little bit of a snapshot.
Yeah, I imagine there's a bigger version of that one, but it is interesting to see where it's come from. What's the journey behind that? So it was,
that was 2000 to 2002. That's when Hubb.Church as a platform started being built in 2002. Kind of launched really to any church in 2004. And I myself joined in 2006, I believe. Yes, so 17 years ago now. And I've really thoroughly enjoyed being a part of it. So I stuck around and they haven't kicked me out yet. So
no, exactly. Great. You're there, aren't
you? I joined actually on a 3-month temporary contract. And after 3 years, no one said anything. I had my first review and that was it. So,
bonus.
Been part of the team ever since. So.
How big's the team at Hubb then? Because I know that I can ring up. I don't often ring up. I usually email. I had one problem that was like, help, quick. But I email. I usually get Debs as a response. But how big's the team at Hubb?
Yeah, so we're a team of 7. So in terms of customer support, we've got Debs, our customer support manager, who is always looking and monitoring our support inbox. And we basically try and ask people if it's not urgent. If you email us, we can review, we can look into things, and we can get back to you. But she also has Kenton to help her, who's our web developer. He's sitting opposite me now. He won't mind me saying this. He's got what I always tell people. I say, very clever. He's got a PhD from Cambridge University. So in something I don't even understand the words that are involved in it. He's our web developer, and so he builds the websites. And anytime we've got a really good idea about what we want to do with a template or a website, we'll kind of look into it, research it, design it, and then we'll say to Kenton, can you make this happen? And he goes away and then he makes it happen, which is wonderful. But Kenton actually helps Debs with customer support queries as well. And then I also help as well. I back many years ago, my main day-to-day job at Hubb was actually on the help desk. So I learned about how the platform works and that kind of thing. So quite enjoy that, keeping up in touch with customers as well. Unfortunately, we do have to let Debs go on holiday every now and again and have days off. But when she does, I know. But when she does, kind of I help out as well, and Kenton really does take over from Deb's, but I'm there just to help um, share the workload really. And then we've got Nick, who heads up the software, backed up by Marcus, our consultant software developer, and Ruth, who is Ruth's wonderful, really. She's kind of our finance administrator, but she also helps use the platform when we've got projects. So she will set up site maps, import content as well. She's really lovely, really helpful to people, helpful to the rest of the team as well. If we've got anything that needs doing that she can help with, she always offers to be part of that. So it really is like a little family, really, which is lovely. And then Robin, our creative director, he designs the templates. We've got a lot of people who come to us and say, we'd like a bespoke website design. Can you help us? So yeah, we create a project, do a bespoke design project. And yeah, he obviously designs our own website, which we're in the process of at the moment, just finishing up. So that'll launch hopefully very soon. So yeah.
Excellent. It does feel like a team. It does feel like a family. I email in, I don't know who I'm going to speak to, but it's always really quick. From my own perspective, having used WordPress extensively, it's saving me hours and hours every week because I'm fairly capable, but time is precious. And if someone can do it quicker and better, great.
Yeah.
It's less for me to do.
Yeah, it does take a lot of time to build software and useful applications. So the fact that we've already been there and done that and have them ready to use is a real benefit to churches, I think. They do have a lot of people that are really keen, really enthusiastic and can do things as volunteers. But having us there as the platform that those people can use those tools is helpful. It kind of gets people up and running a lot quicker. Obviously, most of our customers are less technical than yourself. So one of the things we've done is actually do a video library of how you get started with Hubb.
Which is really good.
When you get started with Hubb, you get a 30-day free trial. We're very flexible on the times. We don't push people off or anything like that. But when you get that free trial, how do you log in? An overview of the system. What kind of things do you need to do at the start? Some helpful advice. And they're very slow videos, step-by-step guides, really, what to do and how to do it for non-technical people. We've done those videos that people can pause, have a go on their site. I normally tell people in the webinars that we run, if you want to get kids to sleep and you're really struggling, put these videos on in the background, make the kids listen to them. It's my voice, but they'll soon drop off. So yeah.
Yeah, but I've watched some of those videos and it's really calming and it's really soothing. It's like, it's okay. We're going to get through this because it's fine. They're there to help,
Yeah.
So what do you do when you're not at Hubb? Oh, go on, sorry.
Well, no, when I'm not at Hubb, when I'm at home, got 4 little kids, which are wonderful, keep me very busy, very active, all very different. 2 boys, 2 girls. You got the extreme of like the incessant facts about dinosaurs, all the way down to, our 1-year-old daughter, which is anything she can pick up and take or throw or put in her mouth or whatever. Yeah, that's lovely. You got kids, it's
we've got 3
busy,
kids. Yep.
Always busy, but really fun. Keeps me young, but it keeps me feeling old as well.
I remember that.
Yeah.
As they get older, it gets better because they can help more. Then you realise you're older. So
yeah, I kind of chief delegator at home. Like the older 3, especially the older 2, are so helpful with the younger ones. They're really, really good. It's I like teaching them to kind of look after one another. I think it's a bit boring for them sometimes, but you see the benefits it brings, really. Like, all right, can you help help the youngest, the 3rd one, Riaz, with his toothbrush? And they'll go and climb up, get his toothbrush for him, that kind of thing. The answer to this question a few years ago was golf, but that doesn't happen anymore. We've got a really lovely customer that actually runs a local to us, and I'm their volunteer website helper. and they run a charity golf event every year. And I make sure that I can play that every year. My brother-in-law who lives locally, my father-in-law who travels 3.5 hours, my uncle-in-law who travels 3 hours, we all come together as golfers and play with that. It's unlimited tea, coffee, bacon sandwiches before you go and play.
Hey, there you go.
And then you play a round of golf and you get a lovely lunch afterwards. It's brilliant.
Unlimited bacon sounds good to me.
Yeah, no, my real passion nowadays is gardening. I love gardening. I hated it before when I was younger, but all of a sudden when we had kids and we got our first house out of garden and we played in it, I was like, this is lovely, but a bit rubbish. So can we make it a bit better? And then I got a little bit obsessive about it.
It's funny how it switches, isn't it?
Yeah.
What you don't like and what you do. Hence the plants behind you.
Yeah, they're fake ones, but
okay.
Just trying to brighten it up a little bit. But Ruth actually got me into gardening a little bit. She's really keen into gardening, and she's been my advisor ever since. So she helps me out a lot. And yeah, I think it's great for the kids because it's great to get them outside, being creative, getting dirty. Probably shouldn't say this. I'm quite protective, overprotective dad, but when we're out in the garden, no, that's your time. That's your place to just get messy, be a bit more dangerous, use the tools. Yeah.
But if we don't teach them to use the tools, they won't know how to use them.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it pays dividends later. It really does. Our boys can all do scratch. I mean, our 13-year-old's been cooking meals for us, for a couple of years from scratch. What we've got. Okay, let's make a dinner. 19-year-old, my oldest, has been doing it for a very long time. So, they can clean the house because I couldn't. When I got married, I couldn't clean. I literally didn't know. I cleaned the toilet one day and the sink, and I said to my wife, "I've done the cleaning." And she said, "Great. What did you use?" I said, "Well, I used that cloth. That's the toilet cloth, and you used it on the sink." Yeah, what's the problem? Okay. Yeah. So my boys won't have that particular issue because I hadn't got a clue. And if you don't know, you don't know. And you don't know what you don't know. So, no, it's brilliant. Well done for teaching your kids. It's really important.
I grew up actually with a single dad. So he was mum and dad. He did everything. He was absolutely amazing. And I remember spending Saturday mornings at the start. That was me and dad's time. He said, we'll clean the house, the whole house, top to bottom, every week. And then we thought, we'll chill out a bit more on Saturdays. So we'll do it on Friday nights. So we did it on Friday nights. We cleaned. So try and teach the kids to clean and be tidy and do that kind of thing. But
important life lessons.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like using websites. Yeah. It's important stuff, though. It needs to work. It needs to function, just like a house, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How can we find out more about Hubb Digital? What's the best place to do for that?
The best thing, go to hub.digital or hub.church and just browse the website really, or email us. I'm always available just to have chats like this on video, because that's how things happen now. Before you didn't do that. And once I went for a meeting, just a lunchtime meeting in Plymouth, got the train there. I think that's when we had 3 kids, and they said, "Can you come for a meeting?" I was like, 3 hours there and back on the train. Yes, let's definitely do that. So, but no, a lot of time now video. We have recently had a few people come to the office, which has been lovely. Always nice to meet people. And we had a church that called up in the village next to where I grew up, and about 20 minutes away. So I said, if they want to, let them know if they want me to go down there and have a chat, I'll go down there. So a week later, they said, "Yeah, great. Can you come down?" So while I was there, we did a little bit of a demo. They got the free trial when I was there. They signed up as the customer when I was there, and then we have been helping them since. And then I think I'm going to be going actually Friday again, just to help them with their content, structure it as well. So
that's really cool.
A lot of web companies don't do a lot of that, but the fact we're here to help churches because we love churches. And the fact they're close, it's a bit of a no-brainer, really. Be helpful, be kind.
It's good. Thank you, Adam. I'm a big fan, and we've got 2 websites with you now. And
yes,
I'm a big fan, and I love it. It's really good. It's really simple. I've used all sorts of stuff in the past. I've made my own from scratch in the past, and I wouldn't want to do anything else now because, for me personally, I've got so much to do. when it goes wrong, to know I can email or phone. I don't phone very, very rarely, but I email, I get a response basically almost feels immediately for me, with a either, yeah, we fixed that, or what is it you need, and it's done. And that it's that part that I think for me personally is so key, because it's so friendly and it's so helpful, and it's always it's done, it's fixed. So yeah, my definite personal recommendation.
Thanks. It's very great to hear your comments. It was a very intentional thing actually to be like that, because we're trying to be different as a Christian business, and one of the things that people struggle with is not getting through to someone on the phone, or not getting a quick email from people. And I think for churches, we say we love them, we say we care about them, we say we want to help them. There's no point having a customer support element that doesn't pick up the phone and doesn't get back to email. So we want to be helpful, because they're not, a lot of times the people we deal with aren't very technical, and that's who we're here to help. So if we can get them quick, responsive, non-technical help, then that's a win for us.
Yeah, it's a win for me too. Even though I sort of know some of the technical stuff, it's still great. Can you fix it? Yep, sorted. So yeah, it's great. Yeah, thank you, Adam. I really appreciate your time and chatting to you. It was really encouraging to find out about you. Yeah, we've got 2 of your websites, so yeah, big fans. So it's great to meet you on the Zoom as well, and have a chat.
Yeah, so. And best of luck with the radio station.
Thank you.
Doing great job so far.
8 weeks old soon. It's flown by 8 weeks. It's amazing. Got listeners in Canada, the USA, all over the UK, beyond. It's just in 8 weeks. It's just been
great.
A phenomenal journey. Several hundred people now watching the interviews like this, either downloading or YouTube, and yeah, it's all through a Hubb Church powered website, which is brilliant. So thank you.
Well, if there's anything we can help with, let us know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You too. Bye.